Greetings to my unbelievable, beautiful V family all over the planet. This is your chief sitting here in his office late night and been doing so much work preparing for the rest of the year. Alright, been talking and messaging with Dato Sri Vijay to get guidance, to get mentorship, and that always inspires me. And today I sit down here, and this Wednesday message, guys, is very important for you to listen. My last Wednesday message, I spoke about being grateful. And once again, I want to tell you that I'm grateful to each one of you. I may not know you, you may not have met me, but it doesn't matter. I know that the price you pay every day on the ground makes it possible for me to live life the way I want to, and makes it possible for me to focus on what work I have to focus on to protect your dreams. But this Wednesday message, I want you to listen very carefully. Whenever you build a network, and some of you have been building for months, years, and some of you have been building for a day or 1 hour, or maybe you're not even signed up and you're watching this Wednesday message because your upline or your future upline told you, listen to these gorgeous Malaysians, and then you will sign up. So if you are a complete prospect and you're watching this, say yes, because QNet is the greatest network marketing company in the world. But for those of you who already said yes and started your journey, all right, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, all right, or 1 hour, it doesn't matter. Now this journey of ours requires certain elements to make it effective, requires certain elements to make it potentially successful, requires elements that take you all the way to financial freedom. And a lot of people always ask me to sort of summarize, all right, the elements required for success. And let me begin with one element which I didn't have when I started. And I started my journey very young. I was 22 years old. All right, and thank God Dato Sri Vijay picked me up from the streets and gave me this opportunity, because without that I wouldn't even be alive. Honestly, I believe I would not be alive. So I thank this great man every day before I go to sleep, because without him I will not be who I am today, as your chief, as Patman, as my mother's son, and brothers to my brothers, and a friend and upline and everything else. And right now I realize one thing, that when I started the journey, my biggest weakness and your biggest weakness will be 5 letters which form a word called focus. Because sometimes we come from a world of completely no focus. That you come from an environment where the most focus you have given is 8 hours in your job. Before you saw QNet, you had a job, most of you, almost all of you. And the focus at your job was not real. The focus on your job was about survival, paying your bills, tolerating the pain in the ass bosses you have, all right? Or even if you were in college, your focus was only a few hours. Now I realized when I started my journey with Dato Sri Vijay, all right, a few hours of focus was not enough. When I mean focus, I mean avoiding distractions. Because you came from a life where the longest you have actually focused on a task, focus on a goal, focus on part of your journey is maximum, guys. 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. Alright? Like me. I was even worse. I think 20 minutes was my ability to focus. I had a short attention span, as Dato Sri Vijay found out. But when I came into this business, I realized that this is not a 20-minute focus a day. This is focus every single moment you are awake. Because this is not about completing a project for your boss. This is not about sitting for an exam for college or school. This is about other people's lives that depend on you. And I remember when I started networking, I wanted a balanced life, like you. You're thinking about it, I know. I wanted to go clubbing, I wanted to go movies, I wanted to hold hands and sing Kumbaya with my relatives or my girlfriends, alright, or whatever the plan was. I wanted a normal life. But Dato Sri Vijay said, Padman, you have to give up this normal life and focus every day on your dream, on max out, on your downlines and their dreams and their max out. And I said, Dato Sri, this is not human. This is not normal. No human can focus the whole time they are awake. And Dato Sri said, it's possible if your reason is important enough. Now I know we all got responsibilities. I've got 3 dogs, you got 4 cats, 2 children, 4 children, 5 children, 7 children. Alright? 1 wife, 2 mother-in-laws. Wait, 1 wife, 2 mother-in-laws. I don't know. Alright? But then Dato Sri Vijay said, Padman, then don't start this journey. If you are incapable of focusing 100% every moment on building this business, then don't start it. Because you're going to remain mediocre. You are never going to achieve any sense of greatness. You are never going to achieve. You may achieve max out once, twice, 3 times. But it requires crazy focus for you to max out every week for 10 years. You understand? It will require tremendous amount of focus. It will require tremendous amount of sacrifice. That if you think that you can lead a normal life and be a max out king or queen, if you think that you can entertain distractions, alright, and perform duties like a normal human being, then this business is not for you. Now if you're watching this video and you're uninterested in the ultimate goal of max out, if you're uninterested in financial freedom, as Dato Sri Vijay told me when I was 22 years old, then don't focus. Treat this business like a hobby. Treat this business like something you are giving a try, attempting, and let's pray and hope you get, Adli on your left, Arun on your right, followed by David Sharma, Sati. You understand not? No. You need to focus. Because your whole life before you started the journey with us, right, where you did not focus, where you never gave 100% to anything in your life, what did you achieve? Ask yourself this. You got a degree from the university, alright, if you studied, which means nothing today. Because there are younger and cheaper people who will take over your job. You work damn hard at your job for 10, 12 hours a day. Alright? And the maximum increment somebody will give you is 10% every year. So what did you achieve without focus? Nothing. But if you have made the decision to start the journey with us, QNet the V, then it requires ultimate focus. It requires fanatical focus. It requires great sacrifice. And trust me, while you give the focus, while you give the great sacrifice, your life will look pathetic. Your friends will laugh at you. Your relatives will tell you, is it worth it? Then Google will come out with something negative. Newspaper will come out with something negative. And they will say, see, I told you. You wasted months and years of focus and commitment and sacrifice. Don't listen to the morons. They are afraid you'll be rich. Right? Then you rule over them. Right? When you pay the price, it will look ugly. When you pay the price, it will be painful. When you pay the price, society will not see it as a logical exercise. But when you reach that max out goal, when you reach that ultimate goal of maxing out consistently every week, you will look back and say, thank God I listened to Chief. Thank God I listened to Dato Sri Vijay. And I gave up everything and just focus on this business. Don't worry, your wife will understand. Your mother will understand. Father, mother-in-law, children, everyone will understand. Because what if you were a pilot? What if you work in the offshore oil rig? What if you were in the military? All of those jobs require great focus and great sacrifice. And families embrace it. But if you want a balanced life, before you become rich, you will never become rich. And I'm telling you this, I've seen this with my own eyes. Too many people didn't make it big in QNet simply because of the lack of focus, commitment and sacrifice consistently long enough. So the first element, focus. Focus. The second element that requires you to succeed in this business is Atta Maji Satakali. Alright? You got to be crazy enough to believe in the impossible. You must be crazy enough to not act normal. So if before QNet you are not crazy, then after QNet you have to be crazy. Until today, my relatives have recommended me to go to psychiatric treatment. Every time they see me, have you seen a doctor, Padman? I said, yes. I have seen many doctors and I've signed them all up, baby. You understand? Because if you're not crazy enough, people will not follow you. Because the world doesn't want to follow logical people. The world doesn't want to be inspired by a soft-spoken, very politically correct, logical person. The world wants to follow a crazy person. I follow Dato Sri Vijay because he was crazy enough to believe that we could build this company. He was crazy enough to believe we could survive for 50 years. He was crazy enough to tell us to go to every country in the world with or without any laws and sign up people and start building. So if you want to be successful in this business, cross that line. Stop worrying about what people think of you and be crazy. Be crazy enough to believe that you will be a US dollar millionaire. Be crazy enough to believe that the whole world can call us a scam, but we will succeed, we will rise, and we will be the greatest network marketing company in the history of the industry of network marketing. But be crazy. Look at these eyes. Besides being gorgeous, you know I'm crazy. In a good way. You know I'm crazy enough to believe everything is possible. Because only when you are crazy, you create an aura, you create an energy that people want to follow. People will just go where there is craziness. Alright? Look at all your festivals where everyone enjoys themselves. When people cross the line and they become crazy, then everyone follows. Guaranteed. You understand? So, be crazy enough. Unleash the true child within you. Stop worrying about what people think of you. They don't pay your bloody bills, man. Wake up, smell the coffee. Craziness. The third element, the most important element, in my opinion, is whatever you do in network marketing. Alright? Whatever you do, presentation, everything, do it from here. This is it. There is no logic to this business. There is no theory in this business. There is no book written that can ever explain how you succeed in this business. Dato Sri Vijay wrote many books that can change your life and prepare you for this business. But he has never written a book saying the 7 steps to max out. He has never done it. Alright? Nobody has. Because this business is beyond logic. This business is beyond numbers. It's beyond country. It's beyond geographical boundary. It's beyond the industry. It's beyond the products. This business is about the human race. This business is about human desire, the spirit that God put in you when you were born that gives you potentially limitless potential. You understand? That you can fly if you believe in it, that you can be a max out king or queen, but it must come from here. That I succeeded in this business after 21 years and I'm still here today. Because the greatest lesson I learned from Dato Sri Vijay is if you do the business from the heart, success is guaranteed. If you do the business from here, people will follow you through the toughest of times. They will die for you. They will rise in the most challenging time. Dato Sri Vijay told me. As long as you do it from your heart. And that's my advice to you in this Wednesday message. Focus 100%. Make any sacrifice. Give up everything. Don't be distracted, and I promise you, you will max out. Alright? Be crazy enough that people will follow you. Craziness is the new world order. Craziness is what the world wants to see, and they love it. They don't know it, but they will follow it till death. And finally, do everything from your heart. And I promise you, you will max out. I promise you, I'll see you on Week on Stage. I promise you, people will follow you through the good times and bad times. I promise you, you will smile like Padman Sinatiraja the whole day. If you do it from your heart. Love you guys.